At the threshold where epochs converge, you stand, still waiting, caught between the familiar and the forbidden. The ground beneath your feet thrums with a faint tremor, hinting at worlds below. The air pulses with dampness, a mix of rain-soaked earth and metallic anticipation, a place where myth and progress coil together, tense and bristling. To your left, a castle rises from shadowed stone, bathed in fading amber light that seems reluctant to yield to the gathering dark. Its turrets scrape against the dimming sky, their stones heavy with ancient weight. Shadows crawl along its walls like tendrils, slipping in and out of the cracks, as if waiting to pull you in. The castle's architecture feels wrong, angles too sharp, lines that trap your gaze in endless loops. Its doors stand open, warped with age, a gaping maw exhaling decay and memories left to rot. Among the stones, a faint cryptic symbol etched into the weathered walls stirs something just beyond memory, like a sigil from some forgotten dream. To your right, a city stretches, vibrant yet unnatural. Steel spires and neon lights paint a landscape too bright, too pristine. The shadows they cast are long and distorted. Beneath the hum of life, another sound layers the air, a low vibration pressing against your skull, as if some colossal machine ticks away below the city's gleaming surface. Distant yet invasive, the hum calls out, offering promises as sharp as broken glass. You catch a glimpse through a window, and that same symbol from the castle glimmers for a heartbeat before vanishing, leaving behind an unsettling emptiness. Ahead, a shadowed path weaves into darkness, overgrown with foliage that sways as if moved by unseen hands. Faint, flickering shapes emerge and vanish within the mist, blurring the boundary where reality thins. The air around this path feels alive, pulsating with a hum that's neither natural nor mechanical, a resonance that slips beneath conscious thought. On a faintly lit tree trunk, the symbol emerges, a ghostly reminder, before fading into shadow. As you step forward, a flicker of recognition ignites within you. You recall a moment long buried, a choice you regret. What if I make the wrong choice again? The memory of a friend lost to ambition gnaws at you, adding weight to your steps. From the twilight, a figure takes form, woven from the last rays of daylight and encroaching dusk. It stands with unsettling stillness, flickering at the edges like a mirage. For a moment, in the figure's face, you think you see yourself reflected back, older or maybe younger, standing at the same threshold, looking as uncertain as you feel. The image blinks out, replaced by the Guardian's inscrutable expression. You seek answers, it intones, its voice layered with the weight of its past, but knowledge comes at a price. Are you prepared to pay it? You clench your fists, fighting the swell of doubt. What happens if I choose wrong? The Guardian's eyes flicker, a shadow of sympathy crossing its features. Many have come before you, and not all returned. Choose wisely. As its words sink in, the air grows colder, tightening around you like a vice. The paths ahead shimmer with possibility, yet a shadow of doubt lingers, urging caution. You feel the pull of destiny, drawing you deeper into the unknown. The atmosphere shifts, thickening with an ominous chill. Mist rolls in from all sides, swirling with a life of its own, like a translucent veil between worlds. Here, where epochs intersect and stretch thin, your senses sharpen, attuned to something vast pressing in, a feeling that something greater has taken notice. The castle and city merge at their edges, distinct yet bleeding together, a surreal landscape of crumbling stone and gleaming metal. The ground beneath you is a fractured mosaic of cobblestone and alloy, each piece whispering fragments of futures and pasts, inviting and warning all at once. The Guardian of Thresholds watches, its gaze an ancient challenge that seeps into your bones, daring you to choose without turning back. You tread paths written long before you, it warns, yet each step is your own. Every choice is both yours and theirs. The Guardian's tone resonates with regret, hinting at its own burdens. What has it sacrificed for this knowledge? Figures, other possible selves, flicker in and out of sight. In the reflection of the city's neon windows, a figure who looks exactly like you stares back before turning and vanishing around a corner. On the path toward the castle, a shadow mirrors your movements, trailing behind you until it dissipates into the stone. Are these echoes of choices not taken, or some trick of the mind? A fleeting memory flashes, a familiar face, a promise made, then lost. The weight of your past choices tugs at your resolve, urging you forward into the unknown. As you approach the castle, an unnatural chill sweeps through the air, tightening around you. The world shrinks as twilight fades, and the castle of shadows looms larger, darker, its very stones radiating a chilling decay. Shadows coil around it, slipping through the cracks in the stone, pulsing faintly, as if alive. Every step toward it feels heavier, like you're moving against a current, pulling you deeper into a place untouched by sunlight. In the gloom, a figure drifts toward you, half seen and ghastly. Her face is a study in despair, eyes sunken wells of darkness that draw you in. The Queen of Sorrows shapes words that never quite form, but the whisper reaches you nonetheless, pulling you toward the castle's gaping doors with a riddle of sorrow so familiar it aches. The treasure holds more than riches, she murmurs, her voice echoing with loss. It holds memories lost, voices silenced. Are you prepared to bear the weight of those who came before? Her question lingers, stirring something deep within you. What price are you willing to pay for knowledge? You nod, a silent affirmation of your resolve, yet doubt simmers beneath the surface. As her gaze pierces through you, you sense a shared sorrow, an echo of your own past regrets. As you pass her, you catch a glimpse of yourself in a dusty mirror embedded in the castle's wall. Your reflection appears altered. Eyes older, lips drawn into a mournful line. You turn away, but a flicker in the mirror's corner reveals another version of you, a younger self, mouth agape in horror. When you turn back, the mirror only shows your bewildered reflection. Deep within the castle's heart, a cursed treasure gleams with promises of wealth and ruin. Those who draw near speak of laughter heard only in fragments, eyes that blink from jewels, and a creeping greed that feels foreign, sinking like thorns into the mind. You hear whispers of those who came before, their voices a haunting melody that lingers in your ears, echoing with promises of power and despair. Beyond lies the forgotten library, a vault of forbidden wisdom, where books bound in human-like leather pulse faintly, a reminder that knowledge and madness are often entwined. You sense movement within, ghostly figures shifting, their forms lost scholars unable to leave, bound to the castle and its secrets. Inside, the forgotten library hums with barely contained energy, each step pulling you deeper into a place that feels like memory and nightmare intertwined. The air is thick with dust and something more, an organic dampness, as though the library itself is breathing. Silence presses in, swallowing every sound, amplifying the creaks of the warped floor beneath your feet. The shelves stretch in endless rows, each book a silent sentinel, waiting. Candlelight falls through stained glass windows, but the shadows don't move naturally, flickering in ways that suggest life. Shadows shift, dark figures slipping from view just as you catch them from the corner of your eye. The last remnants of souls bound to the knowledge they sought to possess. Two objects stand out among the ancient shelves. A cosmic cartograph, its leather soft and warm to the touch, lies open on a pedestal, its symbols pulsing with a slow, rhythmic beat that draws you in. Each line promises a path to unknown realms, worlds beyond worlds, each journey a descent into secrets that twist reality itself. Nearby, a tome with a shifting, sinister cover beckons, grinning with a face that flickers in and out of view. Within, a bound spirit waits, a demon chained within ink and paper, offering companionship laced with danger. Its promises slip into your mind like tendrils, soothing yet disturbing, tempting you with power laced in something dark and inescapable. In the dusty recesses of the forgotten library, you find a page torn from a journal. Not your own, yet the handwriting is unmistakably familiar. The words speak of choices made and paths crossed long ago, a warning scrawled hastily in ink that's begun to fade. It reads, "I've been here before. Beware the price, beware the guardian." Here, in the heart of the library, every decision feels like a plunge. The cartograph promises an endless journey alone, the tome, an alliance fraught with unpredictable consequences. Your hand hovers, each option a piece of your future awaiting inscription. The last remnants of the library fade, and you find yourself on the edge of an unfathomable abyss. The void stretches out before you, darker than night, a vastness that presses into every crevice of your mind. There is no ground beneath you, only the feeling of suspension, a bridge over an unseen chasm that seems to inhale your presence, drawing you forward. In the distance, faint lights flicker, watchers at the edge of reality, drifting closer but never close enough to make out fully. They are not human. Their gaze is heavy, demanding a toll that scrapes against your mind. Memories begin slipping away, small fragments peeling off, each leaving a hollow emptiness behind. A soul stripped in exchange for passage. The silence thickens, and the air changes, electrified with whispers you can't understand, each a blend of memory and nightmare. But there is a way forward, a spiral descent into the depths of your mind itself, where each step pulls you into an inner darkness, where thoughts and fears manifest as specters that gnash and follow. In this space between worlds, knowledge and memory, the silence becomes more than absence. It's a vacuum that reaches into you, erasing understanding, stripping you bare until only the simplest truths remain. The watchers drift closer, their faces glimpses into something vast and inhuman that makes your mind recoil. They do not teach or test, they consume, a darkness seeking not understanding but oblivion. In this final revelation, you realize that the void does not exist to impart wisdom or dread. It is the end, the erasure of all things, and it will pull you in until you are nothing but a memory that even time will forget. As you step forward, the darkness closes in around you, an insatiable force that threatens to consume your very essence. In that moment of suspension, a flicker of recognition ignites within you, a realization that the threads of your journey are intertwined with those of the Guardian and the Queen of Sorrows. Suddenly, you are not alone. Their whispers rise in a chilling crescendo, echoing the choices they made, the burdens they carry. You hear the Guardian's voice, deeper now, layered with the weight of its past. You are not just a traveler through these realms, you are a part of them. Each step you take reverberates through the fabric of existence. The void looms ahead, a gaping maw ready to swallow you whole. As you approach, the darkness thickens, swirling with malevolent intent. You feel the memories of your past selves rising, not as comforting guides, but as accusations, echoes of what you could have been, now twisted and warped. In a desperate attempt to resist, you grasp at the threads of your choices, but they pull away, entangled in the shadows. The specters of your lost selves loom closer, their eyes hollow, their whispers a haunting chorus of failure. Will you join us? They chant, voices melding into a single dissonant note that reverberates in your mind. The weight of despair presses down on you, the air thick with the scent of decay and forgotten promises. As you teeter on the brink of the abyss, a final surge of defiance courses through you. You realize that while the darkness seeks to claim you, you hold the power to confront it. With a scream that echoes through the void, you embrace your fears, demanding recognition of your existence amidst the chaos. The shadows writhe and contort as your voice pierces through the oppressive silence, and for an instant you glimpse the horror that lies beyond. An endless void, not just of oblivion, but of suffering. An eternity where lost souls wander, eternally seeking what can never be reclaimed. But instead of succumbing, you force your way through, refusing to be one of them. You are not merely a fragment to be consumed, you are the Nexus, the point where choices converge. With this realization, you push back against the darkness, asserting your will. The void howls in protest as you break free from its grasp, your essence shimmering like a beacon. And so, here you stand, still waiting, but now fully aware of the horrors that lurk at the edges of your reality. You are caught between the familiar and the forbidden, poised at the nexus of realms, a survivor amid the echoes of the damned.